In this video, we are talking about male reproductive system. The external sex organs of male reproductive system are penis and scrotum. And inside the scrotum resides the testis. The scrotum is a sac-like structure. There is only one scrotum present in a male body. And this one scrotum contains two compartments in which two testes are present. The outermost layer of the scrotum is the skin. After the skin comes a layer of muscle. This is called the dartos muscle. The next layer after the dartos muscle, which divides the two compartments of the scrotum, is called the external spermatic fascia. This divides the scrotum sac into two compartments for the two testes. The next layer after the external spermatic fascia is also a muscular layer, and this layer is called the cremasteric muscle. Unlike the dartos muscle, this cremasteric muscle surrounds each testis separately. After this cremasteric muscle fascia layer comes another layer that is called internal spermatic fascia. After this scrotal layer comes another membrane called tunica vaginalis, which surrounds the testis. And this membrane, tunica vaginalis, contains two layers. One is parietal layer and the other is visceral layer. The visceral layer is towards the testis and the parietal layer is towards the scrotum. After the tunica vaginalis, one more membrane towards the testis is called tunica albuginea. After the tunica albuginea comes tunica vasculosa. The red thing that I am drawing here is the tunica vasculosa. This layer is made up of connective tissue and blood vessels. There are some tubule-like structure present in the tunica vasculosa. These tubule-like structures present in this layer are called seminiferous tubules. The sperms are produced inside these tubules. These tubules are closed at the end, but in the other side they join to a network called rete testis. From rete testis, fine ciliated ductules arise, and these are called vasa efferentia or efferent ducts. These ducts joins with one highly coiled duct. This highly coiled duct is called the epididymis. It can be from 6 to 7 meters long. It remains on the back of the testis by high coiling. And it has three regions. The upper region is the head region, the middle region is the body region, and the last is the tail region. The tail of epididymis connects with another tubule called vas deferens. This vas deferens again carries the sperm throughout. There are some glands which release some fluid which mixes with the sperms and make the semen. These are the two testes and the epididymis over the back of the testis, and this long thread is the vas deferens. Two seminal glands will secrete its secretion into the vas deferens. It will secrete a thick alkaline fluid that mixes with the sperm. After the seminal vesicle, the duct is called ejaculatory duct. It will then connect to the urethra. Another gland called prostate gland is present around the urethra. It releases slippery nutritive fluid for the gamete. The next gland below the prostate gland is the bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland. Cowper's glands release thin milky fluid which forms 30% volume of the semen. The secretion of these glands makes the urethra slippery. Now let's see where the sperms are being produced. Sperms are produced in the seminiferous tubules. If we zoom into these tubules and give a cut to one tubule and zoom into it, we can see in the lumen of the seminiferous tubules, the sperms are produced. These sperms will then travel through the seminiferous tubules, rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, and to the vas deferens. And then they will collect the secretion of the glands and will make semen and will get out of the penis. And the semen that is released from the penis contains the sperms as well as the fluid secreted by the glands, and the whole thing is called semen. Now, if we look at the side view of a man and look into the male reproductive system, we can see that the scrotum and the testis and the penis is present, and the seminiferous tubules will give rise to the epididymis, and then it will form the vas deferens and it will connect to the seminal gland and then to the prostate gland, and it will go through the urethra, and bulbourethral gland will contribute to the urethra and it will go to the penis. And the urinary bladder is present over the prostate gland, and the urethra starts from the urinary bladder, and then ejaculatory duct, which is coming from the vas deferens, will connect to the urethra. And in the male reproductive system, the passage of the urine and the semen is same, which is not the case in the females. Let's do a quick recap now. Now starting with the penis. The duct present inside the penis is the urethra. It passes both semen and the urine. This gland, the small gland, is the bulbourethral gland or the Cowper's gland. Above it, surrounding the urethra, the gland is the prostate gland. Above the prostate gland, these are the vas deferens, which is connecting to the seminal vesicle glands. This is the urinary bladder. And this long thread is the vas deferens, which is connected to the epididymis. And the epididymis is connected to the fine tubules called vasa efferentia, and which is connected to the rete testis and which is connected to the final seminiferous tubules. And there is a tissue or layer covering the seminiferous tubules. These are the tunica vasculosa. And now let's write the names. This is the prostate gland, and this is the seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle connects to the vas deferens. Vas deferens, after connecting to the seminal vesicles, becomes the ejaculatory duct. This ejaculatory duct will connect to the urethra, and the urethra is generated from the urinary bladder. Now this long tubule, which is coming from the epididymis and connecting to the seminal vesicle and ejaculatory duct, this is the vas deferens. This vas deferens is starting from the tail of the epididymis. The epididymis, this is the epididymis. This is a tubule, one tubule which is very much coiled. It has three parts: the head of the epididymis, the body, and the tail of the epididymis. And the head of the epididymis is connected to fine tubules which are called vasa efferentia or efferent ducts. These ducts are coming from the rete testis, which is a network of tubules. This is the rete testis, the network, and this network is connecting the seminiferous tubules where the sperms are produced. Now the first covering or the first tissue that is covering the seminiferous tubule is the tunica vasculosa. And there is another layer covering the tunica vasculosa is the tunica albuginea. And the layer above the tunica albuginea is the tunica vaginalis, which has two layers, the visceral layer and the parietal layer. These both belongs to the tunica vaginalis. The cavity between the visceral and parietal layer of tunica vaginalis is called the scrotal cavity. Above the tunica vaginalis, there is another layer which is called the internal spermatic fascia. And above this internal spermatic fascia, there is a muscle layer present. This muscle layer covers each testis separately. This is called the cremasteric muscle or cremasteric fascia. This is the muscle layer. Above the cremasteric muscle, there is another layer which is called the external spermatic fascia. This fascia or the layer, it covers both the testes. That means it is the covering of the scrotum which is covering both the testes, and this is the layer which divides the two compartments of the scrotum. Above this external spermatic fascia, there is another muscle layer. This muscle layer is the dartos muscle layer. It covers the whole scrotum. And the final layer which we can see from outside, this is the skin of the scrotum. This is the skin of the scrotum.